Unless the need is pressing, I won't be tracking Hermes with my ethereal sight. 'Tis poor manners to spy on someone's coming and goings in such fashion, so don't ask. Social conventions notwithstanding, perceiving ether requires deliberate and intense concentration, and we otherwise keep our eyes on the corporeal world. It sounds like... Wait, hold on. He said his ether sight? Ethereal sight. Yeah, that's actually what Y'shtola has, right? Ethereal sight now? That's basically all the sight that she has, which is kind of crazy. Here we are. Noteneos. This Neos will take us to Kalamelios Zephyros, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above. It's like Nexus, but they just removed the X. Neos. I'm not turtle enough for the Turtle Club? Yeah, most definitely. There's no Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles here.
I present to you Kalamelios Zephyros.
Hey, we got really close. Kalamelios.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poeton Oikos.
Poeton Oikos.
Right then.
Can you say that again?
Let's begin by... Well, well.
He's running away.
How delightful.
Whoa!
And what, pray tell, is that?
A shark man. He's cool.
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept.
He's looking for a meal.
Largely orthodox. Consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight. Another, superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Here he comes. Whoa. Somebody in a white robe. Karenica? Oh, she had a cool sword.
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
Familiar woman? Look at them blue eyes. Look at them blue eyes.
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Familiar faces.
Venat, that we should meet you here.
Venat. We've heard that name before. Venat. Yeah, she looks like Hydaelyn, but different. Oh, did Venat...
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Venat is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
The previous Azem. Which is why our souls are kind of connected. Azem. But, well, the previous Azem.
You look well. Less so, Emmett Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number.
You're growing gloomier.
For one so young, you must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, can I listen to the tale too?
Oh, You know I am.
I wonder if the white robes is kind of a symbol of having retired, you know, from position, because everyone else is black, but they're not supposed to have individuality.
You are?
Cat got my tongue. No one of consequence. Yashtola got my tongue. Does her eyes have 12 different lines in them? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I think it's 8.
Chance come from the future.
What? How did you know? It's my hair, isn't it? It's my hair.
I do not
Gave it away.
we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you.
No way. That's wild. That's wild. I sense my magic upon you. That's so crazy. Up time. Yep. We got to get out of here. We're going to cause problems. Like, I knew we were always going to cause problems going back in time before, but now we're going really cause problems. All right.
Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
I wonder if the enchantment is the, like, tempering, yeah, becoming the warrior of light, and the enchantment including seeing the falling stars.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
She was just spot on.
It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
A traveler's ward prevents the corruption of one's ether. What? Traveler's ward? We're learning so much and so little at the same time. Sounds rather like the blessing of light. Does it protect you from the enthrallment of primals by chance? I don't know that they would even know what primals are, let alone that it would protect you from enthrallment by primals. But I'll definitely say this, even though that's kind of still giving away some information, I don't think they're going to have any idea what's going on with that. So, sounds like the blessing of light. Right? Spoilers! Seriously, spoilers. She's just dropping bombs left and right.
Ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Venat.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
He's a familiar. I don't want to admit it, but she might be right.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
I choose not to speak of the matter because I don't want to ruin the timeline.
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days.
Don't screw it up.
You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
They tried that with Graha. They just had to kind of give up on that other alternative timeline, knowing that it was kind of doomed, but at least they could create a new timeline.
Your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
And all you can do is live it.
Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge. So you needn't worry for us.
Well, I'm more worried for me.
That you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
Oh man. Okay, so maybe what Elidibus was saying was that even if we travel back, even if we were to change things, that wouldn't change our future, and that when we went back to the future, things would still be as they were. Basically, like, we were stuck in that timeline regardless, and we couldn't change something in the past that would fix the future. However, if we, a new timeline has started where we kind of came into the past, and that's a whole lot of unknown, and that maybe they would have a whole different future and things would be entirely different there, and we could still learn something and come back to us. So, I don't know. There's options. There's options. There's stuff. Is he just going to read our mind?
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
We kicked your butt before, we can kick it again, alright? You can't make us do nothing. You got no power here. But it's actually pretty tragic what we're gonna tell them.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation?
If we told them everything, that would be
I've been working here for some
crazy.
days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
Poiton Oikos. Man, it's rare that we're invited to other people's rooms. It's usually the other way
We want
around.
to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly and sent you unto myself in the past.
Technically, you weren't the one who sent us back here, but I do get the mark you so clearly.
It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
She's got such a cool design. Venat already knows we're from the future, which means her future might already be altered as well, so no harm. That is true. It's kind of like, you know, even just the fact that Emmett Selk and Hydaelyn, you know, saw us and, you know, see us as a familiar and everything, even that kind of has already theoretically changed the future. And so it's kind of like, well, may as well go all in. You two, you three, are not going to like the future. The future? Our future? I'm deathly curious to hear more. And there I thought you were a harmless stray familiar. As far as I'm concerned, this nebulous talk of future this and changing history that can wait. First, I mean to find out exactly who you are and what you hope to achieve here, before I turn you into ash and nuke you from orbit. My apologies. But before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Aureus that made off with it. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by all that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Whoa, look at that big forest dragon in the background! He's gonna eat Lalaki! He's so cool, though. Leopard, dragon, something or other. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading into Poiton Oikos. Let us meet there once we've exhausted our efforts. Yo, look at those horns. Those are gravity-defying horns. That's cool. Don't kill Alina. You're too cool for that. I found something. The problem you present is vexing enough without adding the old Azem into the equation. And she wonders why these lines upon my brow grow deeper, when she herself wields the hammer and chisel. She's doing the etching of the lines. The Azems, both mentor and student, are a force to be reckoned with. I find them a delight, personally, but they have a habit of making Emmett Selk look as if he bit down on a sour grape. I'm sure he enjoys the sourness. At last, our searcher returns. I'm afraid the Aureus no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better? We actually are pretty good at finding things, thanks to a handy map. The crystal! Well done! Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? I've been asked to do so. I've often been asked to do so. Traveling and searching go hand in hand. Ooh, I do like that. Because she said that we have a traveler's ward, right? Yeah, traveling and searching usually go hand in hand. Kronika, stop making eyes at Hydaelyn. I see you over there. You often travel, then? It seems we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers for people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. This is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinions sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? That's kind of the whole point of traveling and journeying. Kritika is just doting over there. Doting. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I returned this stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I'll join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard.